What are the early red flags for a child's communication delay? Imagine watching a child grow and wondering if they're reaching their speech and language milestones on time. Sometimes, signs appear early that something might need attention. Recognizing these signs can help get your child the support they need sooner. One of the first signs to watch for is if a baby is not babbling by 9 to 12 months. Babbling is when infants experiment with sounds like ba or duh. If a baby isn't making these sounds by this age, it could be a red flag. Another important sign is if a child does not respond to their name by 6 to 9 months. Usually, babies start recognizing and turning toward their name around this time. If they ignore it, they might have a hearing issue or a delay in understanding. By 12 months, most children begin using gestures like pointing, waving, or showing objects. If a child isn't using any gestures by this, it could mean they are having trouble with nonverbal communication. Most children say their first meaningful words around their first birthday. If a child has not spoken any words by 16 to 18 months, that's a sign to watch closely. It might suggest a delay in expressive language skills. Between 18 and 24 months, children usually expand their vocabulary and start combining words into simple phrases. If a child is still using very few words or not combining words at all, it could be a red flag. Understanding simple instructions like "give me the toy" or "come here" is expected by age 2. If a child struggles to follow these commands, it might indicate a receptive language delay. Some children prefer using gestures over talking by around 18 months. If a child mainly points or uses gestures instead of trying to speak, it could be a sign of a speech delay. Imitating sounds and words is a key step in learning to speak. If a child has difficulty copying sounds by 18 months, it might be a warning sign. Joint attention, which means following someone's gaze or pointing to share interest, usually develops by 15 months. If a child doesn't show this behavior, it could reflect social and communication delays. By 3 years old, speech should be mostly clear to unfamiliar listeners. If a child's speech remains unclear or difficult to understand, it might be an articulation or motor speech issue. Other red flags include inconsistent responses to sounds, losing previously learned skills, or unusual vocal qualities like a very high or low pitch. These signs can point to underlying issues such as hearing problems, oral motor difficulties, or developmental conditions like autism spectrum disorder. Early detection is important because it allows for timely assessment and intervention. Monitoring your child's milestones, encouraging vocal play and imitation, and using gestures alongside speech can support their development. If you notice any of these red flags, seeking advice from a speech-language pathologist can make a big difference in helping your child communicate confidently.